Welcome again to another beautiful episode of Motherhood with Mommy K. I remain your wonderful host, Deborah Shokoya, a beautiful wife and an amazing mother to a cute princess called Baby K. That is why you all call me Mommy K. So on my couch today is an amazing personnel. She's a beautiful woman. A very hardworking woman. She's a sweet mother. We can tell from the screen. She's calm. She's well collected. She's a mother. She's a food blogger. She's a YouTuber. Welcome on my couch with me, Sisi Yemmie. I'm sure I'm going to be getting the drum rolls right now. Drum rolls. Mommy, baby. Good to see you too, sis. I'm starstruck.
I'm not starstruck.
No, you can't.
I watch a lot of your movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, now.
I feel fulfilled though. Honestly.
If
someone as big as you,
I watch a lot of your movies.
Wow, thank you so much. And I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I look at your YouTube, I look at the way you do your things, and I'm like, this woman, how's she doing it? And I was thinking about, I was like, I need to have Sisi Yemmie come here. Like, she needs to tell us how she's doing all of this.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, I am honored that she actually accepted to come. I was like, but I'm honored already,
Happy to be
like
here.
Sincerely. And I'm like, okay, she's a mother. She's still on top of her game. That's
by the grace of God.
Yeah, that's by the grace of God, and of course your hard work. Because if you are relented, because I'm sure having kids, you are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna drop some. I'm not going to do this. I will do this because I'm battling it right now. I have to keep waking myself up every day. You know what, Debbie? You have to be productive. Yes, you're a mother. You're a wife. That is normal. But at the same time, you have you.
Yes.
You have to do you. You have to shine.
Yes.
So I always have to call myself to order. Even when baby Carrot is crying and I want to brainstorm, I'm like, just calm down. You still have to do it.
Yes, especially if you are driven.
Wow.
Can't escape it.
I have a show that I'm already doing, like Exciting Moments with Debbie. Yeah. And I still have to add this one on it because I feel like, I feel like
so how are you managing?
I ask myself, how am I managing? Because I have to wake up every day. I'll be like, girl. I'm into skincare business. I have to show up on set, you know. At the same time, not even these days that I'm back, since I came back from, you know, giving birth, I'm like, okay, I have to start working.
Yes.
Go back on set. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to be doing it before I have to do back to back, go from one location to another? But now, we need to review.
Yeah.
We need to review.
It's not easy to keep that balance, Abi.
You're asking me how I'm doing it, and I'm asking you, how are you doing it? Because
I think that's the question every mom asks. They are always asking each other, how are you doing your own? So that we can always balance. But it never balances.
You say it never balances?
No, never. You just do the best that you can do and leave the rest.
Yeah, and leave the rest.
Yeah.
I think we are getting carried away. Before we go on, we have to say cheers and we move on.
Yes.
Cheers to motherhood. Now we can say anything and everything.
Okay.
But before we go deep, I have a lot to gist you about, and a lot you are going to gist me too.
Let's start.
You are ready? You came ready?
I came ready.
Because I feel like you are one of those senior abiyamo of Nigeria.
Hell!
She said A-N.
I have new title.
S-A-N. You are one of them. So I have a lot to learn from you. Adding up that you are also into food. You know how to go about this food for babies, adults, and everything. That's a lot that I need to learn here. All those books, I'm going to steal small.
I'll send them
from those West.
I'll send them to you.
Those your books. I'm going to steal. Okay, so we are going to go on first by asking, what is motherhood to Sisi Yemmie?
Motherhood can be many things, but for me, it's nourishing. Nourishing in terms of mentally, emotionally, bellically, Always. So to me, motherhood is about nourishing my children, nourishing my family, nourishing myself as well. And everything is included in motherhood. So it's not just about my children, it's also about me, my welfare, self-care for me, for my children. If I'm flourishing, my children are flourishing. Not that my children are flourishing and me, I'm gone, right? Nothing to write home about. So that's what motherhood for me is, nourishing.
This show is actually unscripted. So I was just going to go with like our hacks, our normal, but there's something I already pick, but we'll come back to it. We'll go back a bit before motherhood. How was it? Were you like, okay, someday I'm going to become a mother? Do you have everything figured out before seeing yourself being a mother?
Is there anybody that has it figured out? I feel for me, before I became a mom, I just used to imagine, and I couldn't imagine it. I was just like, me, small me, one day I'm going to have children. Am I even going to be able to have children? Like, I couldn't see it. But it's just one of those things that when it happens, it happens. And I was open to it. But whenever I think about motherhood, I just be like, wow, I don't know how people are doing this motherhood thing. And I don't know how I'm going to be like as a mom. But I really had, let's say, ideas in my head that I wanted. I wanted to be a mom that was present. I wanted to enjoy motherhood and not just like complain about it. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to be able to, like I said, nourish my kids so that they get the benefits of me being their mother. Like they should be able to say, ah, I was lucky because this woman was my mother. So yeah, that's how I used to imagine it. And we thank God, we are trying.
You're really trying.
We're trying. Some days we go off script. We're like, this is what you had in mind. Come back. Come back.
So will you advise single ladies that start to vision it now? Will you actually advise them to do that?
Yes. Before I did something I'm even really passionate about. A lot of young girls, ladies, when they're like, let's say 15, 16, you know, you start reading about marriage. First of all, you'll be reading like all those magazines and everything, and you have an idea in your head. You romanticize marriage. You also romanticize being a mom, how motherhood would be. And then a lot of them, they can't wait to be moms. They can't wait to be wives. So I always advise, just calm down and take it easy, because everything you're rushing for, when you get there, you still be like, I should have prepared better. There are things I feel like you can prepare ahead of time, like your career. You should always think about when I get pregnant, because these are things that will happen, right? For most people, when you get married, you get pregnant, and then you start having children. Sometimes you start thinking about your career, and that's where a lot of women get lost, because they didn't prepare for the career part. It is when they've now had 3 children, they're like, I don't have anything to do with myself. I've not been able to manage motherhood and my business, my career. I feel lost. You should prepare for those things, because it will surely happen. The kind of person you marry should, all those things will inform the kind of person you marry, right?
Yes.
And then the kind of person that will support you in the kind of dreams that you want, in the kind of family that you want to have, and it will affect your motherhood journey. So if you have someone that is supportive, that knows that, okay, this woman, yeah, she would like to have kids, but she would also like to manage her business. Maybe she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom, or maybe she wants to be, this is how to support it. Because if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you marry somebody that believes, bring your own, I bring my own, and then you're now at that point where you're like, I'm a mom, I'm so tired, and they expect me to be working, I can't do this, I thought I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, it will affect you.
Yes.
And then if you are the opposite, where I'm like, you are like, I want to have my career, I want to do this, and the person is like, please, I thought you were going to be a stay-at-home mom. It will affect you as well.
Yes.
So you have to prepare for those things, because they will still happen. So it's better to go in prepared than when you get there, you now start asking questions and everybody starts going back to the drawing board. So I think that's what I'll always tell young ladies.
Because I feel like a lot of young ones or single ones are always about the love. And they don't understand that, okay, there is love,
Yeah.
But when you get married, you see all this drooling over each other will not be as much as
it won't be.
When baby now comes again. It's a different ball game.
It is.
We are going to get there. But let's talk about the feeling when you just, you know, got pregnant, your first child. How was the feeling?
When I got pregnant, I've always been this kind of person that I don't believe things are going to happen for me. So when I got pregnant, I was just like, wow, people used to wait 1 year, like you're already pregnant, right? And then I remember I called my mom and I was complaining. I was like, I didn't even have time to the 1 year that I said I wanted to wait. She was like,
you wanted to wait for a year.
She was like, what are you waiting for? You're already 30. What else are you waiting for? Like, it'll be 100 years before you start giving birth to your children. So I was like, I just wanted to, like,
have time with your husband.
Exactly,
for a while.
feel things out. We dated for a long time, so people were like, what do you want to wait for? You have been dating somebody for over 5 years. You might have, like, that's marriage. So there's no other way to just have the children now. But when I got pregnant, I was apprehensive. I was nervous. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just took it one day at a time, and I turned to my online community. Like, I was always watching videos of people talking about their pregnancy, and I was like, okay, is my own going to be like this? Am I going to experience like natural birth? Am I going to have a C-section? Am I going to have boys? Am I going to have girls? What is my child going to look like? Would they look like me or my spouse or my grandmother? Like,
wow.
I had
so many questions. So many questions.
And I'm like, I wish we could pick and choose, like, go on, and I'm like, this, pick gender, pick skin color, pick what you want your child to have, whose nails should they have. Yeah. So those were the things I was thinking about. Yeah.
Wow.
I was thinking about. But yeah, all my pregnancies have been, to me, shocking. Every time I discover I'm pregnant, it's always like, I'm pregnant. So that's it for me. It's always a roller coaster.
Yeah, I heard that when you give birth, what's that saying, that mothers are even the ones that get scared of getting pregnant? I don't know.
Exactly. When you see married women, when they're saying, oh, pregnancy, you see a lot of them say, hey, please, dodging it. People know why they are dodging it, because it's not easy. A lot of them have gotten to their bus stop. 1 child, bus stop. 2 children, bus stop. 3 children, is over.
But you have 5 kids. So how was it for you when you were going to have your second? Were you scared? Were you expecting? I was
always at the bus stop. Like, I was like, after the first child, I was like, I can't imagine loving another child like this.
Really?
Like, if I have another child, I won't be able to love that child, because I love this one so much. I can't imagine loving 2 children.
Wow.
But when I had the other one, I was like, okay, I love both of them. Like, I love this one, I love this one. I can't imagine loving more. And so the more it gets, I'm like, hey, this is a lot, bounty. So at each junction, I was just like, wow. I just discovered that I have the capacity to just love all of them. Yeah. And I remember then when I had just 1 child, my dad would always be like, time is going, because I didn't have my second child till like 3-4 years later. So it was like, this, we would just carry 1 child and you're holding just 1 child to your chest. That's not how they do it. Like, you're obsessed with your child. Like, if the child is breathing, you're like, he's breathing, okay, he's eating. So you're so obsessed, but you need more so that you can just have a balanced perspective. So yeah, after 3 years, we had another one. Then another about 3 years, and then the next one, like, I think 1 year and a half or something.
Wow, wow. And you're still going to give it more?
Because
why?
No.
You said no.
Please.
When your twins came, were you expecting twins? Were you like, okay, the next one will be twin?
My 3rd one was my Jara baby. I'm always saying it. I'm like, my 3rd child was my extra. I feel like in marriage, a lot of people you have to. Yeah. Then the 3rd one is like maybe a few years down the line. That was the extra, the Jara baby. So I was like, oh, it's just that my Jara came early. So it's time to stop it. So I've already had the Jara. So when this pregnancy came, I was like, 4 children and not imagine 4 children in my head. 1, 2 is okay. 3 is
okay. Let's do
4 is Ashiju. So just stop at 4. So it was a tough moment for me because I wasn't expecting it. I was trying to recover, trying to get back on my career, trying to get things moving. And then when I discovered I was pregnant, I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? And then a few months down, we discovered it was twins. I was like, oh. I was like, why always me? Why is my life so dramatic? So yeah, it was interesting.
Wow,
it's like a script. You know when you're watching a movie, it's getting boring.
Yeah.
The director will be like, introduce something else for this character. That's how I felt.
Yeah. So with the symptoms during the pregnancy, how was the whole pregnancy?
I feel like with each pregnancy, they were mostly uneventful. But with this last one, I was dizzy a lot. I was always fainting.
Wow.
There was one day I went to the salon. As I sat down, like I just fell. It was so bad. I was always in the hospital. But it was because I was missing some nutrients. So they had to give me supplements and all of that. And I'm like, some of these supplements are in our food. If I was eating this particular food, this will not be affecting me. Just the same way some women say things like when they were pregnant, their teeth fell off. They lost their teeth.
Yes.
It's because you are missing nutrients.
Really?
So it's something.
What about those that get to lose their sight or their hearing?
Sometimes it has to do with the food that you have and the nutrients you get in your body. So it's just better to, like even dizziness, they're like, you are missing this, you are missing that, vitamin this. You can find all these vitamins in all this food. So you choose one. Do you want medicine or do you want food? So I'm like, give me the food. I don't like
Which do you support? The food?
I like food. I don't like medicine, like injection, medicine, drip. I was always taking those, like being on drips. I can go to an event. I will not get back home. It will be in the hospital. I will end it. So that last pregnancy was different. And maybe because it was twins. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be because it was twins.
So they were taking a lot from me.
It's just like all this folic acid and all of that we take. During our parent time, I don't think they do all of this. They do more of food, veggies,
so
and all of that.
So they were eating healthy. So the healthier you eat, the better it is.
So you support that, just know the right nutrients to eat.
Know the right nutrients, because some people, the truth is, a lot of people were not taking their, let's say, pregnant care all the time. I know that. I wasn't. I wasn't taking it every day because I don't like the smell, and the tablets were so huge.
I take it only at night. I don't like it
at all. So sometimes I just dodge it, and my husband remind me, have you taken, see the supplement, it's supposed to have reached this level, it's still on this level, you have not been taking it. So yeah.
But you know the right food to eat. So
yes. So you eat.
So that covers it up.
Yeah, but
because some people will be like, Sisi Yemmie say we should not
exactly.
No.
Not say,
do you know all of this folic acid? I think folic acid is in egg too when you eat egg,
folates,
right?
Yeah.
Folics rather.
Yeah.
Is in egg, yeah. And I knew some of these things when I was pregnant.
I packaged everything. During my pregnancy, all I was doing was taking notes. I was writing all that information that I got about nutrients and the kind of food you should eat for particular things, even to things like conception. There are some people trying to have kids and they can't get pregnant. And sometimes it's not that anything is wrong. It's just they need a specific nutrients or they have too much of a particular one. All these things, food is like medicine for so many things. So yeah, I put all those things together. I shared it on my page. I was like, you gotta read these books. Sometimes it's not medicine that is everything. It's your food, the way you eat, the things you eat.
The things you eat, yes. So when doing the labor, I want to hear the drama part.
I've never had labor in my life.
Really?
Yeah. So
I've heard about that some people have never gone into labor. Never,
because during my first pregnancy, I think I was pregnant for like, is it 42 weeks? Like over.
Wow.
Like they were like, you're supposed to have given birth 2 weeks ago. What's happening? I was saying that I've watched so many pregnancy videos. I've read so many books. I'm supposed to be feeling somehow by now. I'm not seeing any show. I'm not feeling somehow.
No mucus plug,
nothing. I'm like, why is my own different? Like, everybody says this, how do you feel? 38 weeks. I joined like a mommy group. So a lot of people are like, 38, I've given birth to. I'm like, hey, my own, it don't pass. Why? So every day you go to the hospital. And one day I came and they were like, no need to bother going on. Let this child come today because there's not like, what are we waiting for? So I was induced. The doctor was saying that day, she was like, I'm traveling. You must have this baby today so that I can travel.
Wow.
I was like, hey. So they induced me. But so because I didn't read about C-sections, I didn't prepare for induction. I was just thinking supernatural childbirth. That was the book I was reading. Like it will just come and you feel it and you give birth like a Hebrew woman. So that was just what I had in my head. So when they say induction, I was like, what's induction? I didn't know what to expect. So I was induced for like 2 days. Nothing was happening. Wow. I was like, hey. But I was weak. The induction process was painful for me.
It is.
They were just putting their hand and putting their hand. And I'm like, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. And then they cut. I don't even know what they cut. Like they put scissors inside and bust the water.
The water sac. Okay.
And when the water came out, it was dirty because the baby had already pooed. So now it was now an emergency C-section. I was like, what is C-section? I was so confused. So from there, and by then I was already physically weak. I could not even talk. It was just my husband that was there and saying, yeah, let's do the C-section. Because me, I was like, even if they say push now, I cannot stand up from my chair. So it was an emergency C-section, and that was my first experience. It was so traumatic. It was a horrible experience because I didn't know what to expect. They just put you in a cold room, and I felt like, you know, you watch movies and you see, I don't know, people on the stretcher. Yeah, that was just what it was like, in a very cold room. I was shivering. I just saw all the knives and the scissors and the, you know, the surgery room was so, I don't know, sterile. I think that's the word. Everything was so cold and harsh, and I was just like, what is happening? That was my first experience. So after then, I was traumatized. Whoa. I was like, I'm not doing this again. But here we are. We did it 4 times.
So the second was like that.
The second one, it was, I read about it. I was like, okay, do I try to do the vaginal birth or go for C-section? When I read the complications of trying and failing, I was like, I don't think we have all those equipment in Nigeria hospital that if something fails, they can easily rectify. It's just better to go to the safe option. So I went and I chose the C-section again. I was like, give me the C-section. This time I want to be there because I spoke to one auntie and she was like, all my children were C-sections. I choose the day I go to the hospital. I wear my makeup. I come back. It's done, right? So I was like, other people have done it. So I went, chose the date. We did it. 3rd pregnancy, did it. It was the 4th one that I was like, they say we can't do more than 3. And now we are doing number 4 with twins. Are we supposed to do this? But doctor was like, it's okay. I saw some people have done 6 times, 7 times. So I was like, it's not a big deal.
There's something I've learned from you that you read a lot and you make research.
A lot too. A lot.
And that's good. We really need to be informed.
Yes.
We should encourage, especially mothers.
Yeah.
We should get informed. Like some things that I note, they're not like I read it in school or I was told. It was when I was pregnant. I was checking Google. I was reading some things and I was like, okay, this, that. So that's just it.
And I follow real life experiences. I like Google and all that. But nothing is more truthful than what someone has experienced. You know, a doctor can be like, if you take this, this is how you feel. The doctor has never been pregnant before. It's probably a male doctor explaining things to you. But when you speak to someone, a woman that has been in that position, like, this is what induction feels like. Some people might be like, it's just a little prick on your... The woman says, this is how it actually feels. So I prefer to listen to people with experience.
Yes.
Because it was because of them I knew so many things, what to expect. And next time, these are the things you should do.
Yes.
When I did this the last time, it helped me. So, yeah.
I agree with you, because that is one of the reasons that I created this show. When I was pregnant, that I got to see something, and at first I was like, this is strange.
Yeah.
Not until I was, like, when I gave birth to my daughter and she had rashes, and I was like, rashes. I started asking people. I was scared. I was panicking. And the doctor was like, it's normal. It's just like the baby is leaving from one environment to another environment. The baby would react to the environment. If you even move her away from this country to the next country, she would react. So don't panic. Like, my sister gave birth like a few days ago, and I saw the picture and I was like, your baby has rashes. She said, I'm not worried. You already told me that it was normal.
Yeah.
So it's good to be informed and learn from people that have experienced it.
Very good, because I think that was my second baby. She had what's it called? Jaundice.
Oh yeah.
Strangely, when I was pregnant with her, I was just seeing a lot of jaundice video, and I'd never known jaundice before. So I was like, I heard that this jaundice kills babies. I've never seen it before. This is what to look out for. When she was born, the first thing I said is, her eyes are yellow. The doctor was like, no, they are not. You have just been obsessed. My mother was like, she has been watching jaundice videos. She's just obsessed with jaundice. I said, no, the eyes are yellow. Do you know we could not take this baby home because eventually she had it? Ooh. It was on the day of her naming ceremony. We now went back. We left her in the hospital. We went back to collect her. Knew. Exactly. So they were like, madam, your eyes are very sharp. I said, me that I've been studying this thing. You say my eyes are very sharp. I've been studying about so many things you need to look out for when you're pregnant, even by choosing the hospital. I remember I was going to one hospital. Like, women should remember that knowledge is power. Yeah. Power is information. You need it to make decisions and choices. Like, you are not at the mercy of people. When I was looking for a hospital, I went to one, and it looked like some people were acting like, this doctor, anything he says is the everything, whatever my doctor says. You need to ask questions. And I remember the doctor was so upset because when he says, this is this, I'll be like, yes, this is it, because I read that this.
And it was like, you know too much. Why are you here? Like, if you know everything.
I'm telling you this. I'm like, but somebody said this is it. So, and at the end of the day, what I'm saying is actually true. But because they feel like they are more qualified, right? That I will not know what I'm talking about. So you need to be informed, because sometimes even doctors, they make mistakes. And if you are not informed, just be part of the statistics for some things. So yeah, it's good to. And I changed my hospital because I'm like, a doctor that does not listen to me, is it when you're not doing the C-section or asking questions? Like, because the doctor I chose, when I asked, the first thing they said is, I want to put your mind at ease. Ask me any question. What is this injection? What is it going to do for me?
That's good.
This injection, it will feel like this. This is what it's going to do for you.
Do you know that mostly in this country, most of these hospitals, they just bring you injection, tell the nurse to give you. They don't tell you. They don't tell you. You should tell me what this injection is, how I will react, the allergies and everything. But you don't. The allergy, rather.
They don't want to talk. And it's just like you go there, you are like a lamb. They just do whatever they want to do. But just explain to me.
You just come, you just bring it. You are expecting me not to ask. I'm going to ask questions. So
yeah, when I chose my doctor, he was very, like, he was really accommodating. Like, this is what you do. This is what we are going to do. Do you like this or do you like this? Choose the one that you like. We have this injection. If we give you this one, you vomit. If we give you this one, you have a running stomach or something. Choose the one that you want. And I could make choices, and I felt empowered.
Yeah, that's good. That's what all hospitals should do. Like, I don't understand why you just be bringing and you just expect me to be there and not ask questions.
Exactly.
So, you said jaundice earlier on. What causes jaundice? I don't know. I said I was going to ask.
Right now, they said for some people, they say it just happens, right? They couldn't really find what caused it, but you just have to look out for the symptoms. So I was just like, okay, if you don't know who is going to have jaundice, because no other child I had jaundice, it's just this girl that had it. So
We don't even know. Some people will say it's plantain.
Plantain.
I've heard a lot. Okay, what's that?
Okay,
what's that?
We have superstition.
You know, what's that one that you have heard that throws you off balance? Like, really?
Okay, recently my babies, they've been crawling, right? And my nanny was like, I heard online that if you use omorogun to, is it on their legs or something, it will make them to walk or something. So I was like, what are you doing with omorogun? I was like, do these things work? The one that I know works, Sha, is thread on their head when they are hiccups. So I'm like, some of these things
they do. I just like, I've heard of when you're pregnant, don't sleep and face the ceiling.
Don't walk under the sun. Don't go to the market.
Yeah, don't go to the
when you go to the market, wear safety pin.
Yeah, wear safety pin.
Yeah.
Use stone. I've heard about.
See, we've done a lot. We've heard a lot. And some you just do like to fulfill our righteousness.
Yes.
But that thread one, I do it.
Yeah. So when you went through all of the C-section and everything and you saw your baby, how was the feeling?
I think the first couple of days for me are usually tiring because I'm healing from the pain.
Yeah. That's true. You will not be able to hold your baby for that time. Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, whatever you people want to do with the baby, do. I just want to sleep. I am tired. And the hospital I use, they take care of your baby like 24/7. So they bring the baby to you when you feel like you're ready to maybe look at the baby. It was like maybe the third day, I was like, let me see what these babies even look like. Okay, I can see 5 fingers, 10 toes, everything is complete, all that. So yeah, I usually am very tired. It's just the next couple of days I start gaining my strength and I start feeling attachment to the baby. But at the initial stage, it's like, I'm not even there. It's like I'm not even there. This last one that I had, I was just drowsy so much. I think it was the painkillers they used for me because immediately I got off the, the surgery table, I felt like I could run. Like my parents were like, your strength? You look so strong. Wow. Why are you up? I'm like, I don't feel any pain. And the doctor said the painkiller he gave me was so strong. I felt like I could do anything. But after the third day, when the thing started going off, I was like, I'm seeing double. The pain is a lot. So the more they gave me the painkillers, it made me drowsy. So I couldn't focus. There was one time I tried to carry the baby, but because I was so drowsy, like, I'm like, nurse, this baby is about to fall from my hand because my hands are weak. You know that drowsiness? I don't even know how to explain it. The drowsiness where your mind is alert, but your body is weak. Yes, so you can't raise your hands, but you want to raise your hands. So I can't say what I want to say because when I'm saying it, my speech is slurring. And they can't really hear what I'm saying. But in my mind, I feel like I'm sorry. I'm telling them something is wrong, right? Yeah. That's how I felt. Like I was locked inside my body. Yeah. I think I can relate because when I did my appendix surgery, okay, you were out of it, right? Yeah. And then a couple of days later, you start healing. You start getting to know the baby. You start bonding, breastfeeding. If you are going to breastfeed, all that. Yeah. So let's talk about you being a mom and a mother and a career woman. How are you doing it, Sisi Yemmie? How are you doing it? Me, I'm still trying. And I see some people telling me, Debbie, you're so strong. Debbie, you're doing. I'm like, I'm struggling, no. Because when you have a baby, I think the natural instinct is that you just want to spend time with your baby. Like, look at your baby. Your baby is so cute. You just want to stay at home with your child, nurture, and just bond. But your mind is saying, I have this deadline. I have this target. I still have things I want to do. So sometimes it's even conflicting on your mind. And a lot of women battle with that. Even me, I've gotten to that stage where I'm like, why can't I just Why can't we just be chilling?
Honestly, I feel that way sometimes. I feel like, why am I even working?
Like, why am I even working? But then you remember your goals and who the girl was before she became a mom, before she became a wife.
That's
like I imagine myself as the younger Yemmie, like
you're saying it the way it is.
Of 10 years old. Like, what would she want to do?
You see, you
just forgotten her.
For me, I just look at my industry and like people are doing things, like, you know, things are happening. Yeah. And you came in saying that you want to be a filmmaker. You need to be on the top of your game. You need to be doing something productive. It's not easy
because you have to, the way I look at it, when you're here now, you're not with your child, right? Somebody has to help you. You need help.
Yes.
Moms need help to be able to do other things, unless they don't want to do other things. You can't be in two places at the same time. So you have to ask for help. That's the way to do it. You ask for help. You hire help. You find ways to buy your time. You try to be there for your children in the ways that it makes sense. I'd rather be bonding with my child than washing plates. So let me get somebody to help me wash plates.
Yeah.
Do you get? Than washing plates and I'm still not there for the child. Like,
it's yeah.
So you think of the things that you can do that are priority. Your child has inter-house sports. You have to be there for your child, right? You make sure you don't do anything else on that day. You are there. When it's a normal day, you go to your work. So now I think as a mom, you just have to prioritize things and just be like, what is so important? I think last week I told myself, I told myself, I have just one target per day and one per week. Today's target is to reply an email. Once I've replied that email, every other thing that is there is Jara. If I do it, it's just Jara. My priority today is to reply this email. So give yourself like small targets that once you meet it, you know that it sets things in motion. But if you do too much,
I think that's what it
will take a toll.
Sometimes I just be like, you know what, you can only do what you can do.
You can only do what you can do.
Even whenever my girl is not around and I want to do something and my baby is there, I just be like, see, everything we want to do will not pass this room.
See,
we don't have business with the sitting room. Don't worry, we don't have business with the kitchen. We are doing everything here. Yes. So as anything is getting untidy, I'm tidying it up. Anything, I will not go to that sitting room. We don't have business there.
You find ways to. I feel like moms, they are very good at
multitasking.
You can be backing your baby, cooking, on the phone with somebody. You are doing everything at once. Yeah. So I feel like naturally moms just find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
But it can be very challenging. It can be difficult. Like coming here today, I was like, do you really need to go out? You can just be at home. Like, you can be at home, but everybody entered the car. For this to happen today, I know all the steps I took. I begged my extra nanny, please, I need extra hands today. I cannot take care of 5 children when I'm doing something. Wow. Please come. I know today is a Saturday. You don't come Saturdays. So
I mean, I have one. I'm struggling.
See, the more you have, the more
the superhero wings
exactly.
expand.
Exactly.
Because when you are a superhero.
It's like, oh, there's so much. When I see moms of one complaining, I'm like, if only you knew. When you have to, your brain will not divide. You're like, I can actually do it. I can be here, I can be here. When you have 3, you're like,
I think I believe you, and I because when I was pregnant, I would ask my aunt, I was like, can I take care of a kid? My aunt would say, you can do it. Oh, I don't know. I think the motherhood instinct just spring up the moment you just give birth to your child. And I asked my daughter, I don't think I can take care of my baby. You can do it. You always come for your, for your antenatal. It means that you care about your child. Exactly. That is, you can do it. I like, come and see me now.
It takes a village.
My aunt would tell me, like, you don't even look like someone that just gave birth. Like, this is your first. Like, you're handling it well. I was like, you just have to do what you have to do.
It's because you have a village that helps make everything work. If you were doing everything by yourself, you'll be so frustrated and tired. If you don't have help at home with the kids, if you don't have help, and even in your career, like let's say you have a busy career, you don't have maybe an assistant or something, you will go through pains.
Okay.
It's not easy.
So aside from this help that one needs,
Yeah.
what is that one thing that you think a woman needs when she's thinking about motherhood? Money.
I feel like money is something that can help you achieve things that you want to achieve. I find that some of the moms that say, I need help, why they can't get help is they can't afford it. Help is not cheap sometimes. Getting somebody to help you is not cheap. You have to be able to dish out something.
Yeah.
I see that a lot of moms, they watch content creators, you see them living their lives as mothers. You're like, everything is going so seamlessly. You're going for your meeting, you went for your makeup appointment. It takes resources to make that happen. If you don't have the resources, you are left at the mercy of whatever you have. So the way I imagine it is, the quality of the motherhood experience you have depends on the resources that are available.
So I want us to talk about postpartum. You're like, it's like there's a lot in that angle.
I think that's where the work really is. It's not even in the pregnancy. Well, for me, it's not even in pregnancy, because pregnancy, maybe you're just trying to rest. My belly is usually humongous, so I can't really walk up and down. But is that postpartum?
So let's talk about it.
Breastfeeding.
Is it breastfeeding? Let's talk about the woman herself, the mother.
How it affects me.
Yeah.
It starts from the breastfeeding, the pain in the belly because of the C-section, waking up at night to feed the babies, bathing them. When you have other kids, you know, now when you want your baby to sleep, you're like, everybody quiet, quiet, quiet. Your baby sleeps, everybody's quiet. But now if you have a toddler and a baby, toddler does not hear go, come. Toddler is doing their own. So if the baby like, the baby should sleep. If the baby like, the baby should not sleep. So you start like managing the whole house, postpartum, and then yourself.
That's yourself.
Your emotions.
That's yourself.
When you look at the mirror, you'll be dodging mirror. Jesus. One day I passed the mirror, I was like, hey, who passed now? I went back, I was like, wow. See, if they told me I will reach this stage, I'll not believe it. And in my head, when I think about myself, you know, when you think of yourself, in your image in your head, I see myself as honestly, at worst, size 10.
Wow.
There was one day I went to a shop to buy a dress. I was picking, the woman was like, Madam, that's not your section. See your section there. She bought big clothes. I was like, me, inside this dress, this is see my section. It was when I was trying the clothes, I was like, you know those, let me not say the word in my head. When you say, yeah, party pants, that in my head, in those days, it used to be like big mommy pants. Now when I sit, I'm like, wow, this is my own. No.
Oh dear.
How it affects the physical body, your mental health.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
The physical body. For me, when I talk about my postpartum, I'll talk about the mental. I feel like my head is working like every minute, every hour, I don't even aside from the fact of baby sleepless nights or all of that, I don't think that's much right now anymore. It's reducing. Myself, I can't sleep for like 5 hours straight anymore. Why? I don't know. Something will just wake me up. It's either I'm trying to brainstorm about my career. Is either I'm trying to do this. Is either
I think that's like a creative mind, the way a creative mind works.
Naturally.
I find it difficult to sleep because your head has ideas. So what I do that helps me, I always write it down. Immediately something comes to my head, I write it down so that the thing can leave my head. I've written it, I'll come back to you later.
Naturally, before baby, yes. I always brainstorm because of the creative mind. Now, still same. But I just feel like, aside from creative now, I think family generally, I'm thinking about the next how many months? The next 1 year,
Yeah.
the next 2 years. I'm like, okay, now I'm managing baby K with work. Okay, first I was like, this is going to be a challenge for me. Okay, I'm navigating my way through it all. Now I'm now thinking about, okay, when she now starts school, I still need to do more sacrifice though, because right now I think I'm doing some sacrifice now because my acting when I was still single or when I was
now
a wife, when there's no baby, I can do back to back. I can go from one location to another. I can't do that with my baby. Whenever you come in for location now, inside that money has gone to welfare for baby K, because she needs to be in a very comfortable, conducive environment. I don't want to just be in any environment. Is either I'm running fuel so she can be inside the car with a nanny, or I'm doing this. So it's crazy.
It is. You see why I was saying resources. If the resources not there, what exactly are you going to do when you have to make sure she's in a good environment? You just accept whatever comes.
Whatever comes.
Because truly there are some women that are roughing it like that. Like whatever. You see them on the streets, hawking, backing baby, pregnant. Like it's not easy.
Now we are now going to talk. I think for me, my body is not really that of an issue. I think the only is the stretch mark actually. The stretch mark, but me, I'm like, we'll be fine. My baby is here, my baby is here. We are gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. But I've heard about a lot of women struggling with this body. Another one for me, that is one major problem, is me getting myself back as a wife when it comes to the other room. We don't need to hide about this thing. We need to say
the reality of life.
Hey, and these men, I think they understand at the same time. They're like, it's like you're now overdoing it too. You're not using baby as an excuse. I'm like, no.
For me right now, I don't even need to use anybody as an excuse. Shebi is both of us that are not sleeping night. You still have energy. Now both of us are like, I don't even want to see you. Like everybody, when the babies are sleeping, go and rest. So I think once both parties are involved, I think women find it hard to balance that other side when, like, maybe they're the ones carrying a lot of the things, and the men they have free time, they have energy, like they have to release somehow. But if we are all involved, I feel at the point where we are at now.
Is at the point where we have 5 children.
Exactly.
Where we are
at right now.
Our responsibility and everything will make you rethink.
You will rethink. Your priorities will not be different. But maybe for first baby, you can still find a way to make it work.
It's quite.
I think things that can help is, once again, is where your mind is at.
I'm sure a lot of women are going through the same thing after birth. We've heard of some people having low libido after birth.
Yeah. I feel like it's normal. It's a phase that you have to go through.
Okay.
But not everybody goes through it, because I think a few weeks ago I saw online that somebody was pregnant 6 weeks postpartum. And I don't know how that happened.
She was 6 weeks?
Yes. She was already pregnant again. And I've seen that it's quite common.
Wow.
So for some people, it depends on what they wanted to do, what they prioritize. So I think what I would advise is just reduce your workload so that you're not too burdened. When you're not too burdened, you have time to refresh and you'll be able to relax. It's because a lot of women are not able to relax. There's so much they're doing: cooking, doing laundry, making sure the house is clean. There's so much you're doing in your career, everything. By the time you start thinking, your brain is not even in that direction. So you reduce your workload so that you still have a balanced life. You still have time for yourself, your husband, your children. Everybody deserves time. But you just have to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Have you ever had mother guilt before?
Plenty times.
Plenty times.
Plenty times. I feel like sometimes the types I have is when I'm having an experience and I want my children to have that same experience, I forget sometimes that they're children.
Yeah.
And if I go somewhere nice, I'm like, I must go with my children. I carry them everywhere. I want them to experience it, but sometimes it might not even be appropriate. There are some experiences you had in life is when you get to that age, you enjoy it. Let's say you want to travel. I'm like, oh, I don't want to travel without traveling with everybody.
Wow.
Things like that. So I have guilt like that. I also have guilt when I'm not able to be there when I want to be there. I remember when I just had the twins and my child was doing something in school. I was like, oh dear Missy, I would have woken up this morning, turned on the camera, taking pictures of my son's outfit, escorted him to school, I did not even see him before I left to school. Like, and I was like, see, I'm taking care of your sisters. Yeah, the toddler is crying. The 2 babies are crying. Just go to school. Anything.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. So I felt so guilty that day because I wasn't even there. His dad was there, but on a normal day, I'm the active mommy doing too much. But I was just like, wow. I think that was there I realized, okay, 1 child is different from 2 children. 2 children is different from 3 children. 3 children is different from 5 children. You have to find a way to split yourself to be able to balance it. Yeah, you might not be able to be there for everybody because imagine this child is doing something today, the other child is doing something the same day. How are you going to make it work? So it's not easy. Okay. But you just think of things that are like, I think I heard a mom say, it's like plastic bowls and glass bowls. There are some things, if a plastic bowl falls, it can bounce, it won't break. Yes. But if a glass bowl falls, it breaks. So some of your children's experiences are like glass balls and plastic balls. If I don't pick you from school today, nothing is going to happen. Yes. But if I miss your maybe inter-house sport or a special presentation you are doing, that might be a glass ball that will break and we can't repair it. Yeah. So you think of it like that. Yeah. It helps me.
So what is that huge sacrifice that you have done in this motherhood journey so far for you?
Cutting my belly open is enough. I laid my life on the line. Because some people go, they don't come back. Anytime I'm on that bed, my mind is always like, what if this is it? Anytime I'm going for my C-section, I'm not even going to lie. The day before, I've told my sister, see, in case this, I've arranged my room, the way I've arranged things, in case something. So I'm always paranoid, like, what if? To me, I think that was the... Wow. That's the biggest.
Yes, it is the biggest. That's just like you said. And coming from a mother of 5. Yeah. When you were going for the 3rd one, you'd be like, I have 2 kids at home. And I'm going. Now, when you were having twins, you'd be like, I have 3 kids at home.
I was so, what's the word? Embarrassed to even tell people I'm pregnant. Like, how will people look at me? Like, you don't have focus in life. Like,
once you're having your kids.
I could tell my parents, I was just like, oh my God. Like, when I was telling people, they were just like, wow.
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 You see why? Even when I went to the hospital, the doctor was like, you know, like, you can just take these tablets and it will all go away. Oh. But I want to let you know that women, married women, are the ones that do the most abortions. Don't go and fall into that statistics. I was like, yeah, I'm not like the guilt. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, if they're here, then I thought it was just one. I'm like, if the baby is here, no problem.
That's it.
We'll accept it like that. So to me, I think the biggest thing is just accepting a pregnancy that I felt like was not in my plans. But at the end of the day, like, you don't know the big picture. You can't see the end from the beginning. So you can't say, oh, if this pregnancy, if I have this child, this is what is going to make my life bad. What if this is what will make your life better? You actually don't know. So if I had taken it, then I wouldn't have gotten my beloved twins.
I want to ask. They were twins. I want to ask. They say, I used to say, having 1 kid, hey, not to talk of having 2. Is it true? And some people say, it's the same way you take care of 1 that you take care of 2. Is it the same thing?
Oh my God. They didn't tell me. They didn't warn me.
Is it not the same thing?
Even if they warned me, I didn't hear when they were warning me. It's not the same. You know the way you're looking at your baby now? She's cute, right? If she's crying, everybody's like, oh, carry her. Imagine 2 at once.
They cry the same time.
My babies, sometimes they do that sinking thing where this one poo as you're changing, that one poo. Immediately, like back to back, you people are doing the same. This one will wake up, that one will wake up, like 2 seconds apart. So why you feel like you have time with this one wants you to carry her, that one wants you to carry her. You want to suck breast, you too you want to suck breast. I divide my breast for both of you. Sometimes I just lay on the bed. You like just they want you at the same time.
Wow.
They're happy with you at the same time. Like sometimes those things are simultaneous. You can't even back two people, right? You put one on the back, you carry one. Yeah, like that. You learn how to multitask.
That is why I'm saying you are a strong woman and you're a superhero, because you have done single tries and now twins.
When I was like, when the babies were like 3 months old, my grandma called me. We were on a video call and she was like, "You have lost so much weight." Even when I know that I lost weight, she was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, I know they sleep.
Weight loss.
I know they sleep. Before I can eat, this one is doing this, this one is doing this. Everybody's asking for something." She sent my auntie immediately. Wow. Like she sent my auntie.
That she come
I was
help.
so grateful. I was like, see, if you people did not come, I don't know where I would be right now.
Mentally, one might just be so damaged.
See, and then as a content creator, right?
You're trying to think, be creative.
Your career, people are online. You're falling off. You have not.
You see that one again.
You have not done this. I'm like, ask me if I bath today. Ask me if I don't chop today. You're telling me I've not posted. Do I remember you people? I can't see road.
That's true.
I can't see road clearly.
I think some people will say, Debbie, we have missed you on the screen. I'll be like, you people are still seeing show. You should be grateful.
You should be grateful. Like, because when you see me today, just be thanking God for my life, because I can just disappear for like. Even me, I was feeling guilty because you see your counterparts and maybe they are growing.
It happens.
And you are like, this could have been me.
Yes.
But look at me. All I'm doing is changing diapers. Look at. There was one day I just broke down because I just looked at myself. One baby vomited on me. My phone was ringing. I was thinking of something I wanted to do. I just looked at myself and I was like, when did I become this? Like, who is this person? Yes. I don't even know who this person is. I'm like, hey, God, is this like my worst? Because to me, that was like my worst nightmare. Becoming a mom and losing myself. Not knowing who I am anymore. Just wake up in the morning, just doing random things.
Maybe once in a month. I'm always telling my husband, I'm not happy. And my husband said,
yes.
I said,
I'm
not productive. I'm not fulfilled. There's something wrong.
Productive. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I can't do it. They'll be like, oh, Sisi Yemmie, you should look at how that person is filming. That person went to Abeokuta to shoot this content. I should go to what? I should go to like, I'm like, it's like you don't understand what my life is right now. So yeah, that guilt and just
the guilt happens,
the comparison you want to, but I feel like for moms, that's just one of those sacrifices you have to make. For a lot of moms, they are able to come back, maybe give the children 3 years till they have gone to school, and then you can start getting yourself back. But if you see a mom that is flying high on the career and they have children at home, you will know that the mom is not present. It's just like dads. When dads go to work, does anybody ask, where is your baby? Why did you not carry your baby to work? But if the mom goes out, be like, where's your baby? Who did you leave your baby for?
Post something on Instagram, they'll be asking you, where is baby? Like, really?
Baby? You went to work without baby. Oh, you traveled to location without baby. Where's your baby? Where's your child? So the requirements for women are different for men. And that's why men can still succeed in their careers, right? And women, they obviously have the bond with the baby, and then there's the societal expectations of what mothers should be. So anytime you see a mom that's really high flying, know that some parts are suffering, because she cannot be, let's say as an actress, she cannot be on location most of the time and be exactly and be holding the baby. You work. Somebody might be helping with the baby while you are working. So you have to think about it like that. Like, you can't do it all.
I should use this this chance to beg people to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Please support mommy. Anytime you see mommy,
because
support us.
when I went to give birth, my partner would tell me that, our YouTube channel is suffering. People that they started after us, over 100K subscriber. Over we are still crawling on 40. I said we shall not die. One day we'll reach there. Now, I think as I speak currently, we are in 66.5 subscriber. And I'm like, see, since I came back, we were in 40 something. We have added 20 something. We are trying. We are trying. I cannot keep myself. So you better subscribe. We are supposed to have past 200K subscribers if we were going the way we were going in 2023.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm going to give myself flowers. I am trying.
You have to take your flowers. You have to definitely.
I am trying. Inside this bag that I back is when I started motherhood with Mommy K. I'm trying.
You have to give yourself flowers. You have to find a system that works for you. A unique system that works for you so that you are able to do the things that you want to do. And I just think in terms of someone like me, before I used to be able to go to my studio like every day to go and film. I come there Monday till night. But now, by the time I carry baby, I'm tired. By the time I get ready, do makeup, I just want to sleep. I'm exhausted. So now I try to find ways to create the content inside my house, things that will make me not go out. If we have to do makeup, you have to pay extra to have them come to your house. You know, it's more expensive for them to come than you going to the location. Before, I'll go to location, do makeup. Now, come and do my hair for me at home. Come and do my makeup. I find ways to just simplify my life. I menu plan. There's something I've started doing now. There's a chef service in Lagos. You request for a chef, you pay for it. The person comes to help you cook. They have different things. They have alasse. It's like I need that one. Senior chef, junior chef, learner chef. You pick the one you want. Is it not expensive? Me, I need it too. Because waking up to think about what I will eat in the morning. But let me tell you how it helps you, right? So after a menu plan and everything, when that assistant chef comes, that's the will prep, cut all the vegetables, boil all the meats, wash everything, the whole work. That's what the person is going to do. The person is going to handle the work. Because I like eating my own food, right? So just help me prep everything. Make sure the pot is on the gas. Let me just come and pour pepper, mix it by myself. When I finish, you see the containers. Oh yeah, I'll be putting it. When you finish, clean the fridge, arrange everything inside the fridge the way we are going to eat it. By the time I do that, that takes off like stress. A lot of the work. We already have a system that we go through what we cook every week or what we cook once in 2 weeks. That if we have this, so there's always food at home. You don't need to do too much. Once there's stew, in my house, if there's no stew, there's no food. Wow. Because the stew they use it for bread, use for stew, rice, everything, beans. So once there's no stew, problem. Once there's no rice too, problem. Once there's no bread, big problem. And bread is good for emergency because children can just wake up in like 3 a.m. I'm hungry. Is it that time you start warming food? No, take a slice of bread, my dear. Drink water on top. So, like, as a mom, you have to look for systems that make life easy for you. Menu plan, organize your schedule. Before, I used to be an impromptu person. I would just wake up and be like, today we're filming this. An impromptu we're doing that. When you have multiple kids, you see that impromptu. I think I need to change. No, now I have schedule. If you are not on my calendar the next 1 week, sorry, you cannot call me anywhere. Nothing will happen. I need to have you and plan ahead. Make plans. You know, then I used to have brands. They'll call you like the day before. Can you come to Protea tomorrow? We're launching a product. Without 9 a.m. I'm like, Oga, do you know first of all where I am? Do you know what it takes for me to leave my house? It takes a lot. It's not like before where you just come here and I just enter the car and start going. It takes a lot. I have to make sure my nannies are available for that time. You say you want me to be there at 9 a.m. That means my nanny have to be awake by 5, 6, getting everything ready. That means we have to logistics, carry ourselves. It takes a lot. So before I used to be able to just do it, but now it is not that easy. You have to be very organized. I'm still trying. but I'm working
At
with a
least,
system.
yeah, that's nice. So let's talk about the triumphs. Like this baby, sweet. They are sweet now.
See, I love babies. That's just the thing.
Ah.
See me here, I was looking at your baby like, oh, baby, as if I don't have my own. See, I love babies. If they allow me, I possibly have 10 children.
Wow.
But no.
So tell us about the sweet experience with them. Yes, it is crazy, sweet, crazy experience, I call it. So it can be tiring, you have to multitask, it's easy, it is not easy. What's that joy? That joy.
I feel like every stage has a different level of enjoyment that I have. I like the newborn stage where they're fresh baby feet. You can lick the feet. Fresh baby hugs. I love it. I love breastfeeding, the bond that you create when you breastfeed. I love dressing up my kids. When I dress them up, I derive so much joy. Giving them interesting food, I love it. Those are one of the highlights for me. Now, the older ones, when we have conversations, it's a highlight because they say some things that I'm like, how did you know that? Like, oh, wow, okay. You know things. And now they're at the stage where they're like, they feel like they're smarter than their mommy. Mommy, you don't know anything. Okay, let me tell you about this. Mommy. And I'm like, So, you know this one. So, for me, those things are enjoyable. I love when they're playing together. And I love when they're healthy. I truly enjoy motherhood, and all I pray for is the resources to make it more enjoyable.
Amen, amen, amen. That's nice. So on this show, we like to ask about parenting guidelines. Okay, so because in this society, I say it always on this show that this generation is already zigzag. There's little that we can do, even if we try.
Yeah.
It starts from, I remember that they say that the four, is it the 4 factors or the 3 factors that helps a child is the parents, the school, the society, peer group, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first contact is the mother.
Yeah.
So what are you doing as a mother to, you know, to help your kids become great people, good people in the society?
I start with myself. I feel like the quality of a child's life is affected by the quality of the life the mother has. So if the mother is not enjoying motherhood, they will be taking out their frustrations on their child. So I try to make sure I'm living my best life so that they can live their best life. So happy mommy, happy wife, happy life for all of us. So I am priority, right? And then I always, God, you have to take them to God, because I remember that a lot of the times when I was growing up, the things that kept me in form were things, my foundation, going to church, being very active in church, having spiritual foundation. I've not reached the level my parents gave to me, right? My dad used to make us recite the Bible in Yoruba. He had it on the wall. Psalm 23, we'll read it in Yoruba, read it in English. We have not reached that level yet. But I'm trying the best that I can. So for me, that's a foundation. Another thing is just emotional well-being. You know, like the way you were brought up is quite different the way they are doing parenting now. Parenting before, flogging, beating, punishment. You see children, you don't hear them. Like, it was very strict, like military regime. And now they're like, we should have more conversations with our children, befriend your children, do this, do that. If you, let's say, sometimes I give them what they call it, mental health days, like off days, right? If you, as a person that goes to work on some days, you feel like, I don't really want to go to work today. A child too feel like, I don't really want to go to school today, right? Once in a while, I'm like, you don't have to. We can just stay at home and lick ice cream. And just like do little things that they will always remember, just those little things. Try not to be too harsh with them, because they're children, they don't know everything. It is what you are teaching them that they are learning. So you don't need to be harsh with them. It is easier said than done, because somebody like my 3-year-old. If she was my first child, I don't think I would have had another child. Because my first son, calm. If he sees food on the floor, does not touch. Even if on the table, he's not a child that will come and take this and drink it. Does not do anything. Just chills. If you put him on the chair, he'll sit down and be like, Mommy, you want me to sit here? I sit here. Right? Obedience. The second one, that third one, we have never had to paint our walls before. If you see the wall in my house, she don't draw everywhere. And I was like, why? I like it. She said, I like it. I was like, if this was 1984, Koboko, you would have chopped it. Yes. But today, I can see you're an artist. And this is your art. Should I buy you a drawing board so that you can draw more on that board instead of my wall? Right? So I think sometimes... You encouraged, okay, so this is something like... So you try to re-strategize, try to reframe things. Why is she drawing on the wall? She's bored. Give her something to do, right? Instead of just saying, beat. Even if you beat her, she'll go and draw again tomorrow because she does not understand it. And then after a while, she'll be traumatized because you're always beating her. How do you bond with somebody you're always beating, right? So I just feel like there are some things as a parent I'm learning, unlearning, relearning. So I just see the one that works for us. And I try to do those things. In the future, maybe children might be like, oh, they did not beat me. That's why I'm spoiled. And we don't know yet. But at least, like, we should have a good relationship. You should have a good foundation. And I'm doing my best. Every parent does their best. Even the parents that are beaten, they believe they are doing their best. So it is what we know we are all doing. No parent has done it before. This is their first time too. So everybody, just give everybody grace. I like what you said about what you do with your daughter, because some people will be like, let me beat the child. You can just, like you said, re-strategize and just make something out of it. Yeah, reframe it. Thank you so much. So now we are going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we play our mom's game with Sisi Yemmie. Welcome back, guys. So we are on our mom's game segment. So Sisi Yemmie, this is my Ludo. We are playing the mom's game. The first person to play 6 wins the game and becomes the best mom on this show. We are both best mom, but on this show. So if nobody gets 6, what will happen? There's no how now. We'll get whether first round, second round, third round. 6 was come. I'll give you the honor. You are my guest. Autumn. Have we not finished? She said we not finished. Instead of, you didn't even allow me to play another. Sorry. She said, have we not finished the game? I've won now. So that's it on our mom's game segment. So welcome back, guys. Thank you so much, Sisi Yemmie. Even though that you beat me on my own show, it's fine. I'm not angry. So we have come to the end of today's episode. But before, you really want to say it went by so fast. Yeah, because you are fun to gist. You know, I told you that I have a lot to gist you. You have a lot to gist me. But I want you to tell moms back home, like, what are those things you want to tell mom that are hardworking as you, or mom that are still trying to get their feet, like they are still like, I mean, mom, just like I said, I'm struggling, but me, I get coconut head every day, and I have my husband is like, no, you have to do that your career. I don't want people to say that because my husband is like, I don't want people to say that because you're now a mother, you're a wife, that your career is lacking. You have to. That's really nice. And whenever I say, what is it? Is it your career? I said, that's your own. You just have to get something doing. Go and do something. So I like that for myself. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I thank God for that. But some moms that are still like, I can't do it. I want to work. Yes, I want to work for my baby. What do you advise them? There's something I did a while ago. I had a vision board of the kind of life I wanted. I feel like vision boards work. I do one every year. Sometimes they work beyond my imagination,
Okay.
but they work regardless. And that's because it can give you a picture of what you want, so you know what your own personal target is. What kind of life do you want for yourself? What kind of mother do you want to be? Because you can actually make up your mind on the kind of mom you want to be. I think a lot of us, we just get lost in the sauce. Like, oh, I'm a mom. I was so busy today. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But every day, just start like, what is my plan today? What is my goal? What kind of mom do I want to be? Do I want to be this kind of mom that is always stressed? Right? If I don't want to be stressed, what do I need to put in place to make sure I am not always stressed? What kind of help do I need to get? If I want to be a mom that is present with my kids, because this one I decided before I got married, because I was asking my aunt, I was like, when I get married, I would like to be at home with my children, but I want to still have a job. What kind of job will I be doing? And she was like, you just want to be lazy. There's no job like that in the world. And she was not lying, because honestly, there was no content creation. There was no internet then when I asked that question. Okay. But I knew the kind of lifestyle I wanted, right? So as a mom, just ask yourself, what kind of life will give you fulfillment? For some people, they don't even care about all these mommy things. They've given birth to their children. They've given birth, like, they don't care. And it's not a bad thing. Everybody has what they want. So have a vision of the kind of mom you want to be, and then start working daily towards that target. If you want to be, like, lately I was like, I want my daughters to always say, mommy was put together. She, at least she might not be a fashionista, but she did try. That's a priority for me, because I want them not to say, my mommy always scattered her hair, this. So now I prioritize every week. Try to do your hair, because these girls are watching. It is what you are showing them, they will be taking as normal, right? So I work harder to be something they can be proud of. Like, you have to be intentional. That's the word.
You see, that word, being intentional about ourselves, is needed. You see, underneath this wig is one rough hair.
But when your child is seeing, they're not seeing that that's rough hair. They're just looking at you and admiring you. Like my daughter, she told me, she was like, oh, mommy, I like your hair. I like your makeup. You look so pretty. She never tell me that one for the past 1 week when I sit down in that house with her, with my hair standing like I am a tanga. Exactly. So I'm like, and is this mommy I want to be? This mommy that is cool, that you like, that does this kind of things for you. That's the kind of mommy that brings me fulfillment. And if I'm happy, you'll be happy too, because it spreads. So yeah, don't put yourself last as a mom. Put yourself first, because your children, your family, they benefit from the overflow. I will take that home with me. Don't put yourself last. Put yourself first. That's nice. You know, when you enter plane, they say put your seatbelt on first. Yes, that is. It's your own first. Yes. Before you can help somebody else. Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much, Sisi Yemmie, and I am so honored to have you here. Thank you for inviting me. Had a very lovely time with you, and just because you are too sweet, Mama sent me to you. So Mama is the #1 leading kids store in Nigeria. Really? This is for me, Mommy K, and this is for Mama. They sent this beautiful gift to you. Thank you so much. This is so. Do you want me to open it or you? Yes. Okay. Let's open it, please. It's so Mama, they are into kid items, pregnant kids, mother's items. You want a souvenir for your kids? Okay. You can get for Mama. Here we go. Ooh. So this is oh, this is so nice. And I can actually use it now. I still have babies now. Yes, of course. Not up to a year old. Of course, so, of course. We have new towel now. Of course. Thank you, Monmat. Every mommy needs this everywhere I go. Hydrate yourself. Hydrate yourself. It's very important. Rehydrate. It's very important. Oh, this is so nice. What is this? I think that's compartment, or what's that? This is so cute. And it's pink. It's I love it. This is the straw for the This is a well thought out gift.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
And thank you, Davy.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much for coming.
You
God bless you. So we have come to the end of today's episode. I had a very beautiful time with my guest, Sisi Yemmie. Well, smiling, educating ourselves. I learned a lot. I learned learning from a mom of 5 isn't a joke. I'm a pro now. Yes, I'll start using every tip she has given me on this show. I'll start using them, and I'm sure you start using them in your daily life too. Thank you so much for watching. Like I say always, expecting mom, single lady, TTC mom, already mom, this is your favorite show, so make sure to always tune in. Make sure you subscribe to Debbie Show TV. Put on your notifications so you'll be the first to be alerted whenever we drop our episodes. And know that I love you. My guests love you. God bless you tonight. Come your way. Same time next time. Catch ya. And I love you all. Mwah.
Bye.